r/ask Reddit. What secret do you keep from your family? My family have a rough background, a lot of violence and substance use problems. I left home at 16. Haven't spoken to them since, and after 7 years of university I have a pretty high paying job. I have to constantly ask websites to take down my full name because if my family found out, I'd be swamped with messages asking for money that would go straight to alcohol and ice. They already have an idea after I didn't catch a result fast enough, so it doesn't really matter and I loosen up my social media, but I still hide my income. Why don't you change your name? I have publications under my name and I'll be damned if I'm going to change it for them. That my dog saved my life. When I was 14 I was pretty depressed, and after a particularly difficult day at school, I was not exactly popular. I grabbed some rope from my garage and planned on hanging myself. I started getting it set up, but my dog came running in and wanted to play tug of war with a rope. If he didn't do that, I wouldn't be here today. It's hard for me to type this because I'm putting him down in a few minutes. He has been living in pain for a long time and has reached the end of his life. I'm crying really ducking hard right now but I know it's the right thing to do. Edit. Just said goodbye. I know he's in a better place now, but it hurts so bad. Edit. Here he is https://imgur.com gallery kpxqwk0 edit. Thank you to everyone who reached out. Red heart. It means a lot to me and I appreciate your kind words of support. I know Milo would have loved all you guys. I'm really sorry about your dog, but I'm glad he was there for you in your time of need. It's your turn to be there for him. Be strong, my friend. I can tell you right now you are very strong for writing this. I know that this was difficult to write, but this is very strong and brave of you to write this. I'm glad that you are here today. I was raped 3x by the time I turned 18. As a guy it's hard to tell them. Oh my god, you poor soul. I wish more people would accept that men get raped too. Are you okay? How does therapy sound? Therapy doesn't help everyone, speaking from experience. I've been going for other issues but it doesn't hurt to try. Edit. A part of my comment was poorly worded. It took me a while to be okay. I have gone through many years of therapy. The only thing that really helped was REM therapy. My family is super Southern Baptist and I think it would kill them to know I was gay, let alone put into a position where I was able to be raped. I tried to hang myself with one of my school ties when I was 15 years old. Thankfully the hook holding the noose on the door snapped. Otherwise I might not have been here to write this story. Thankfully life got much better after that. I still haven't told anybody to this day. Not even my parents or girlfriend. Whilst life isn't perfect right now, trying to find a job in the current market after graduating last year. At 22 years old my life is much better than it was when I was 15. Overall my life is so much better. I'm surrounded with a great support network, and I thank myself every day that my suicide attempt failed. I'm sorry you felt that it was the only option. I can't imagine what pain you were feeling. Thank you for your kind words. Looking back, yes, I was in a lot of pain at that time in my life. Yes, on the outside I looked like I had my act together, but really my personal problems had come to a boil at the time. The attempt made me realize that my life was not in a good place, and so I had to improve it myself. My advice to anybody in a similar situation: if you ever contemplate suicide, please don't keep it a secret. I honestly wish I could go back in time and tell the 15-year-old version of myself, things will get better. It's worth seeing the future, as it only gets better. I quit my job with the cable company a year earlier than I told them. The pressure and stress from that job became overwhelming, and it was right around the time my grandmother died, and I legit dropped everything and worked at a car dealership for a year before I got my insurance licenses. Hey, good for you. I've had to quit jobs because of the pressure. Family was disappointed, but it was worth it to feel happy again. Mental health and happiness is always more important. They'll never know how depressed I really am, because I cannot and do not want to burden them. They are the best thing in my world, and do make it better. They are responsible for what joy I do have. I watch my kids closely. Mental issues I'll deal with at the root and start if they exhibit themselves. My wife knows about my struggles, just not how present they are. So it's not a complete secret. but it's the one thing I won't tell them. Listen, I am telling you an advice I wish I knew years ago. You will not be a burden just for asking help. At least, tell your wife the whole thing. I mean, she's your wife. Depression is a really serious thing and I don't wanna see people hide it thinking they will be a burden. Like you said, they are the best thing in your world, and same goes for them to you. Please, take care of yourself and ask for help. I mean it. Thank you. Hug. This is kinda really stupid, but I hide my online friendships cause they're kinda closed-minded, and A, don't believe that you should talk to people you don't know. B, internet bad. And C, if you talk to a guy online, it must be a sexual thing. Yes, oh my god. I have a friend I play video games with online, and being the good child I asked my parents before I voice chatted with him and they lost it. They say I could be talking to 50-year-old pedophile, but he literally streams on Twitch, so I actually know he is who he says he is. Just a kid around my age who plays video games. But no, anyone I talk to online is automatically a 50-year-old sex offender. Well, also, it's not like you'd be showing him your body or talking with him in any sexual way. I mean, you literally asked your parents before you voice chatted with him. That alone should tell them you wouldn't be engaging with him in any inappropriate way regardless of who he is. Did they think you were going to be enticed into something inappropriate? If you're responsible enough to ask a parent before you even talk with someone you play games with, then the worst case scenario is you tell your parents he's being creepy and they get to call it in and keep a pedophile from taking advantage of anyone. I have a Reddit account. They must not know. I think that's a secret we all wanna keep from our family. I told my mom about Reddit and she is obsessed. I'm mom's favorite. I feel the same way too, and honestly, I don't like it. You also think your u/Claudia is mom's favorite? When I was 12 or 13, my mom was one of those if you lock a door in my house you lose your door moms. We had no bedroom doors and no bathroom door. During this period, her and my dad let a friend of theirs live with us. His name was Rob. While my mom was at work and my dad was probably gone off some pills and unconscious, he came into my bedroom and raped me. I tried to tell my mom and she told me to quit lying. What would a grown man want with me? I don't know how long after that it was that my dad caught her sucking his dong. I only told her, and I only told her once. It would kill my nana to know and wreck my dad, who hasn't been the best dad but he's tried. After a recent fight with her, I've started having nightmares about it. They're so realistic I can smell the old Budweiser on his breath. This is the first time I've admitted what happened out loud. I think it's important to weigh how much it would hurt them versus how much it's hurting you to keep it to yourself. If you were in their position, would you want to know? I don't want it to come off like you need to do any specific thing. I just think perspective is important. I wish you luck, and whatever brings you the best mental health. Personally, my nana is the only one I would want to tell, but she has already dealt with so much of my mother's shit and tried her best to take care of myself and my sister, and she was always so worried that mama let him live there so he could diddle the kids. But she's sick now. She's had several strokes over the last few months and my mama argues with her on a daily basis about bullshit. I think it would kill her. I think maybe just admitting it, like putting it into the world, helps a lot. My religion, or rather, the lack thereof. When I was a kid, I remember seeing my mom cry because her friend's son came out as an atheist, as she imagined the horror of knowing your kid is going to hell. I'm an adult, so it's not like I can get in trouble if my parents find out, but I don't want to put them through that. I don't believe my eternal soul will rot in hell forever. Why should they? I'm in the same boat. Age and religion. I think physically attacking my mom would do less damage to our relationship than telling her that I'm an atheist, so I don't. I've begun to wonder about the future, though. If I ever have kids, my mom will expect me to raise them as Catholics, and I obviously would not be able to do that. I'm beginning to wonder how I'd address the issue. If I ever have kids, my mom will expect me to raise them as Catholics, and I obviously would not be able to do that. Dude, I'm in the same boat. I would really like to have kids, but I have no idea how I will approach this. For the time being, I'm really just trying not to think about it. I am no longer a virgin, not that my mom cares, but the way I lost my virginity was really bad, and I know I'll disappoint her if she knew, even if I feel upset about it. Also, all the names of my social media accounts. No way in hell my fam gets those. Do you really think she would be disappointed in you? I think she would like to know about it, especially when it was a bad experience for you. Yes, I was used by someone older than me, and I know she would be disappointed in my naivety, that I trusted someone like that when I should have known better. How much I struggle with my life, mainly with anxiety, and how I struggle to recognize my emotions and to communicate them or to handle them in general. I'm gay, no it isn't a joke, I'm closeted and I'm kinda scared to come out. Do they give you a reason to be scared to come out or are just afraid? I mean, we don't really talk about it and that's what bugs me. The mental illness. I don't feel like getting murdered, so I'd rather not tell anyone. Get it out. Voice it. Tell strangers. Talk to strangers on the internet about it. Anonymously. You'll feel better. Promise. Keyword is anonymously. Given that they feel someone would murder them over it, it's probably pretty serious. If they don't know how to do that, they should research it first. That aside, if it's so bad they think it could get them killed or investigated, they should probably consider therapy if that's an option for them. That most days I'm too broke to even buy my son diapers. I often have to choose between diapers and baby wipes, and something I need for myself like shampoo or underwear. They also don't know that I have severe depression and that I'm suicidal. The only reason I am still alive is for my son. No one will love him or take care of him better than me, and I will not leave him to suffer through life like I did because my mom bailed on me. I have a responsibility towards him and I don't care if I never buy myself anything ever again. He's my baby and I will not fail him like my parents failed me at it. While this kinda blew up, I really appreciate all your guys' advice and help. I am following up on each of them and I'm sure that you guys made my life a lot easier. And my husband is aware that I'm suicidal and he's helping me through this and keeping an eye on me. Thank you for your support and kind words. It means a lot to see that there is a lot of kindness out there at it too. I've been getting a lot of messages from people who want to help. So, I made a post here that explains my situation and has GoFundMe pages if you want to help. If you want to help but can't, then please share my GoFundMe pages with somebody you know. Maybe I can finally get my life back on track. Thank you all again. Most crisis pregnancy centers have free diapers for you. Contact the nearest one. They have free baby clothes too usually. Keep on going strong. Appreciate it that you are there for your son. I dropped out of college. It was never ending. And I was exhausted. They forced me into graphic design. And while I don't mind it, I'd prefer to never do it professionally. I'm more of a freelancer. They wanted their only kid to go to college and graduate, and I couldn't even give them that. Duck, that last sentence hit me hard. Where to begin? My mom was ducking my dad's best friend right before dad's best friend started dating my cousin. When my mom found out they were dating, she tried to break them up. When they got married, my mom refused to allow my little sister or I to be in the wedding. My cousin asked, or go to it. My dad was suicidal. I took a gun out of his mouth. My mom stole $54,000 from me after my dad died. She used it to buy herself clothes and fly back and forth to Boston to cheat on my stepdad. I paid for my little sister's class trip. My grandmother explicitly wrote my sister, brother, and I out of her will. My husband and I got married a year before our actual wedding. I'm about to sue my aunt for my dad's house. Very long story there. Think that about covers it. Wow, all I have to say is just, sorry. Nice try, mom. I'm still not telling you what happened yesterday. But I need to know. We need to know, comrade. I no longer love my parents anymore and I haven't for years. I don't want to say they were the reason my mental health, self-esteem, or my daily life is ducked up by them. I tried so hard to find a job and this pandemic killed my chances of it. My parents were toxic to me growing up and still are. From physical, emotional, mental, and some sexual abuse growing up. I have a lot of memories being scared shitless. I just want to move out and begin to accept my life and move on. Edit. I just want to add some extra notes. I grew up in a very toxic family. I was having trouble sleeping by 15 and my mother sent me to a shrink. First session she stayed in the room with us as I talked to the doc. He asked me how I felt about my parents and it was just painful having to say that I loved them because she was in the room with us. Truth was that I hated them. I felt totally controlled by her and hated by my father. I regretted that comment for the rest of my life. The next session the doctor asked my mother to leave the room so we could talk in private. She cancelled the therapy right after. My biggest regret is staying in the same town as they were when growing up. I should have moved to another town and gone to college. Instead she convinced me that I don't need higher education and get a job. I now live alone in the woods and can't relate to people very well. Nice try, Mom. That I don't plan to make it to my 30th birthday at this rate. I love them but I don't love life. Please get some help. There are better things out there waiting for you. For real, please find some help. There is so much good out there for you to experience. You were put on earth for a reason and you are loved. It may not seem like it now but it will eventually. So everybody wrote kinda depressing things in here. But for the past 2 years I've been pulling a Santa on my parents by buying gifts for them, going to the mall with my friends, and then putting them under the tree when they are all asleep. It's still a family secret and I don't know if they suspect me, but it's really funny. Highly recommend if you are a good liar. Make sure you buy new wrapping paper too, so they don't recognize it. Edit. Thank you kind stranger for the award. It's my first one. That I'm no longer a virgin. My family is old style Catholic. Luckily, it's none of their business. Should have used a poop hole loophole. In my super religious, conservative family, I have to keep it hidden that I am gay. My cousin came out a couple years ago and was disowned by my family. Do you keep in contact with your cousin? You guys could be a mutual support network of two if anything. Both of you guys could probably use an ally. I tried to at first, but they really aren't too interested in interacting with the family. Plus, they don't even know that I am gay. If my family wasn't here, I wouldn't be either. I have no interest in this world, and I get the feeling that my personality will keep anyone from falling in love with me. I bottle all of my pain and hatred up inside, and I take it out on them sometimes. It kills me. It makes me want to die. I love them, but I'm a cruel, miserable person who has no one to blame but myself. I know that would be sad if I killed myself, so I haven't. My opinion. Some arguments are not worth having. You mean secrets, not secret. Family is pretty touchy about several topics, so most of my secrets come from a difference in opinion. And my usual method to avoid detection is just agree with them and move on. I'm not the talker of the family, that's for sure. I hate my father for what he did to my mother and I hate her for standing by him and telling me basically I can never confront him. He's straight up fine with me lying to him when tell him I love him. He knows I don't, but he told me he couldn't take it if I didn't. Obviously, I'll never raise a hand against him, but my mom told me today whatever mistakes they've made, she's glad I turned out to be a good person. I'm not good, actually, so I have to keep up that charade until I die or they do. Edit. 2 words. My alternate Reddit accounts are filled with an unspeakable amount of big fat globly furry porn with just downright reckless amounts of jiggling and jaggling, not to mention wiggling and waggling. Luckily, almost alternate accounts are really into that sort of shit, so I'm pretty popular with all the upvoting and comments I make for myself. Yep, my alt account is subscribed to every porn sub I could find. No it isn't. Posting this here for all of you who need it. Please use these resources. Let me tell you, we all want to help you. These are American resources. If you cannot find resources for your home country, let me know and I will try my best to find them. Sexual abuse. https:// RAIN. Org mental health. https:// faint reatment. SAMHSA. Gov self-harm. 1-800-273-TALK. 8255. National Helpline. 1-800-662-HELP. 4357. Talk with someone. https:// www. Samaritans. Org LGBT faith resources. https:// www. HRC. Org resources faith resources. I'm Batman. Jokes on them. They're all dead anyway. No one to tell. No way? Really? How cool is that? I finally meet Batman. My kinks and what Bad Dragon is as well as what I bought from them. 13 years ago, when I was 16, I gave birth to a stillborn daughter. I was raped and didn't know I was pregnant until a month before I lost her. My family have no clue. Things are much different these days. Happy in life. Good relationship with family. Due to have what will hopefully be my first surviving child in August. And the past doesn't hurt me now. It's just a private thing that has remained secret because it's deeply personal. And I didn't have a healthy relationship with my family at the time. I'm poly and the couple my GF and I live with aren't our roommates lol. I'm very obviously gay, but still closeted. If my family knows they just don't talk about it or ever mention it. I know how you feel, same here. I'm out to most people I know. The rest I thought would have hopefully guessed. But the other week, my friend told me her, female, friend had a crush on me, and the same week I overheard my grandpa complimenting me to my parents. He's always surrounded by the ladies. That one, I've got to be honest, I found both instances more hilarious than anything else. I used to hide my depression from them. Finally felt alone enough. My sister was in the same boat, but I moved across the country for it to become a problem. I don't think I've ever had such a hard time telling my parents something in my life. The worst part was that even if they expected it from my sister, it came as a huge shock to them that I had the same problem. So on top of feeling bad for keeping it from them, I felt even worse for making them believe they did something wrong with our upbringing. Open bracket. They're exactly the parents I want everyone to have. Loving, supporting and fun. Their reaction is honestly one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever seen from them. I'm B. That I'm pregnant. I wanna show up to the next family event all fat and sassy. I'll be 5 months then. Open bracket. My family is full of opinions and I rather face their comment face to face. Nobody except my husband and my best friend know I'm a stoner. I'm 33 years old with a master's degree and professional license, and run my own business, and I smoke weed multiple times a day. I'm asexual and I have a boyfriend. I'm honestly less concerned about the boyfriend thing and more concerned about how my parents would react to me beating them online. And before people ask, there's a difference between asexual and aromantic. I can love someone without wanting to bang them. They had a college graduation party for me and watched me walk 8 years ago, but I only just went back and graduated 2 years ago. Cough. Both my parents are manipulative and abusive. I just use them for a place to stay until I grad. My dad is a former drug addict. They've all done illegal drugs. None of their children turned out right except my sister. Literally all drug addicts. Whoa, you made it to the end? You're a ducking beast. I'll cut you a deal. Smash like and subscribe for more curated content, bruh. It's free and that's a great price.